as you saw in the pictures before, I have got into a bit of an accident in my truck. Now, as a few of you may already be aware, I actually work a night shift schedule sometimes during certain months of the year, and unfortunately it really does take its toll on my body. It takes its toll on all of the employees at my workplace. I know we find it very difficult to work night shifts. Currently we actually work 12-hour night shift routines, which is quite difficult. So it starts at 6:30 p.m. and ends at 6:30 a.m. So a full 12-hour shift with only a few breaks. And I live on the opposite side of town from where my workplace is, so it's at least a 20 to 25 minute drive to get home. Now, last night was one of my first night shifts of this shift schedule, and I was pretty tired. I was placed into a new area, starting to learn a new line in my workplace, and obviously I had to concentrate even harder than I usually would, trying to do my everyday work as it would be. And I was just exhausted, guys, and you know, when you get to that stage of exhaustion, it's not a good place to be when you're trying to operate a motorized vehicle. Now, this is not a pity party in any way at all. This is more actually kind of a warning video. Not a warning, but it's kind of a heads up. For those of you who do work night shift routines or any kind of heavy duty shift schedule, this is kind of just a look at what I did, so please don't do it yourself videos. So I'll quickly go over what exactly happened and how I got to the place that I'm at with this crash. So as I said before, I leave work roughly about 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Now I have about a 25-minute drive. For the first 15-20 minutes of my drive, literally I had no problems. I wasn't drowsy, I wasn't tired, I wasn't dozing off at all. It was quite a calm summer morning, sunny, really nice out, and had no real issues. It wasn't until I got about 5 kilometers away from where I live. I was heading down a main street in the center of my town here, and the speed limit's about 40 to 50, I think it's about 50 kilometers an hour, and I was traveling probably around 30 to 40 prior to getting to a Tim Hortons restaurant on my right hand side, typical Canadian city, and I just didn't even realize I'd done it. I just dozed off for maybe 2 to 3 seconds at the wheel, and there was a large dump truck in front of me, probably about 50 yards away from the junction that was just after the Tim Hortons, and I did not see it until the very last minute. Slammed on my brakes. It's a big old 4x4 truck, Toyota Tundra, and there was nothing that was going to stop it by the time I put my foot on the brake. And I went straight into the back of the dump truck. Now, the dump truck is a big, heavy-duty metallic box dump truck. Literally no damage to that vehicle at all. He had his foot brake on pretty tight, so no whiplash or anything like that. It was literally just like hitting a brick wall. Fortunately enough, they are not concerned about the vehicle at all. There was an absolutely minuscule dent on their vehicle. I don't know whether or not they're still going to claim on that. That's their own deal, but I'm not too concerned. I have my own insurance covering me. But yeah, it was really, really shocking to, you know, doze off for just the smallest period of time. I'd say at least, like, maximum 3 to 4 seconds. And that was it. It was all over. There's no way I could have recovered it. The truck just went straight into the back of the dump truck. It has pretty much destroyed the entire front end of the truck. The bumper and main frame of the vehicle, I believe, is going to be okay, but we're probably going to replace the bumper anyway. Fortunately enough, because the truck, my truck hood, was below the dump truck rear tailgate, not really much damage happened to the bottom end of the truck itself. It was majority of the radiator side, and the hood is just, as you can see, an absolute mess. So pretty much my entire engine bay is just ruined. It's been crumpled to pieces. Looks like majority of the pulleys and belts, timing belts and such for the engine have also been absolutely ruined by the radiators, been crushed back. The irony of this, guys, is the day before going into this car crash, we had our radiator replaced for a small leak, and our rotors replaced because of some other problems we've had in the past, and they literally a brand new radiator. So I'm sure when Toyota, potentially, if they get this truck for repair, get it back, they're going to be like, oh, well, this is ironic. I am trying my best to stay positive right now. Unfortunately, I did not go into work tonight because of this accident. Because I start again obviously at 6:30 p.m. the following day, or the day on which the accident happened this morning, and I just was so exhausted. I mean, once I'd had the accident, obviously I then had to go through all the collision control centers, the police, go through all the paperwork, talk to my insurer, blah blah blah. I mean, we were talking about lunchtime by the time I was done, just after lunch, and I start work at 6:30. There's no way I'm going to go to work working on my particular job, which is very mind-consuming. It's very tedious work, and it takes a lot of concentration. It's for the safety of others, and there's no way I was going to go into work and continue trying to work and work another 12 hours, then potentially drive home again. Absolutely not. So I took this evening off. My boss is absolutely awesome. He gave me the ability to take that off this evening, so I can't thank him enough. But this, guys, is really just a heads up. Please, 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 if you ever feel that even just slightly drowsy behind the wheel, just pull over. Please just pull over. It's safer to just pull to the side, call a friend, call a buddy, and be like, look, hey, can you give me a ride? Like, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna crash. Like, I'm feeling drowsy and feeling sleepy, even if you're just slightly, because I really didn't feel drowsy at all. I wasn't falling asleep at the wheel for 80 to 90% of my entire journey until the last 10%, couple of Ks left. Didn't even notice I was drowsy, didn't even notice I was falling asleep. I just went for 2 or 3 seconds and that was it. The consequence of this are, I mean, the cops were not concerned. They understand, they come from a shift routine and lifestyle also. They said, obviously, if you're becoming to the point where you're finishing work and becoming too tired to drive, then maybe you should consider another option. I think it's just because I've been so overwhelmed with things going on lately, a lot of things going on in my life. Maybe that can contribute to my fatigue a little bit. So no real criminal problem here. This isn't something that I'm incriminating myself because there's no real issue. But it's just a real sort of eye-opening situation when 2 to 3 seconds of your life can potentially ruin your entire life. I got off lucky. I hit a dump truck, and a dump truck's pretty sturdy and there's no real damage to it. I can't even imagine if that was a person crossing the road, or a cyclist, or a child in a pushchair, or I can't even bear to think about it. And I'm just shocked. I'm just like absolutely shocked that it's happened. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a warning and a heads up that, again, if you feel tired at the wheel at any time, please just pull over. It's so much safer. Again, I'm looking at probably the truck potentially being written off. Financially, we are not in the place for this to be happening right now. But it is what it is, I'm safe, the driver of the other vehicle is safe. Really, that's all that matters. But in the grand scheme of things, it still really sucks. It's a bitter pill to swallow, and it's something I'm going to have to kind of try and accept. But yeah, I just thought I'd sort of post this video, guys, to let you know, what exactly happened. And I may not be able to do some videos for a little while here, guys, with things going on now with work. Got to try and figure out some things, how I can deal with this problem that's occurred, and obviously financially, and I've got other things to deal with, so I apologize. I'm a little stressed at the moment, trying to get over it, trying to keep upbeat. There is one thing I can say: I did keep the Toyota badge, even for those of you who absolutely hate Toyotas. I know there's a massive surplus of Toyota haters out there, but I loved my truck. I had absolutely no problems with it. I've only had it for a year, which is the worst fucking part. Yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I appreciate those of you who are supporters of my channel from other communities, gaming communities, that have already heard about me being in my accident. I really do appreciate your support. Like I said, I'm safe, so that's the main part. Things can be replaced. Trucks are trucks. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. So thank you very much for your support for both my channel and me and my safety. Can't thank you enough. It's really appreciated. So thank you so much, guys. I thank you for watching today. And again, please, just a small friendly reminder: if you're ever tired, stay off the road. Have a fantastic day, guys. Bye bye.